So the project that we're implementing right now in Egypt is termed the Shona Development Project, and it consists of 93 sites all across the country, really in the farming belts, that we're developing to improve the wheat storage capacity for the Ministry of Supply and the Agricultural Development Bank. The project consists of not only warehouse shells, which are being developed by the Army as we speak, but also the Blumberg Grain technology and systems inside of it, which will enable processing capacity of about 3.6 million metric tons of grain per year. It'll allow for about 750,000 metric tons of static storage capacity, and it will revolutionize the local wheat harvest value chains in Egypt. And what we're developing in these new Shona sites, in collaboration with the Army Engineering Authority, is a full-fledged system to both classify and preserve the wheat that is stored on the ground in Egypt. And we do that by implementing systems that include screening and cleaning devices that allow for the segregation of the product and the fines that sometimes are deposited, bagging systems, drying systems, grading systems, inventory management systems, security systems, all which can be monitored remotely from a command center in Cairo so that the government has a real-time understanding of their inventory and the egress access of the actual Shona sites. This will be one of the most sophisticated storage networks in the region, and it will develop really the base and foundation for a commodities exchange in Egypt in the future. The U.S. Egypt Business Mission and the Business Council specifically has been really a great partner in helping us develop our strategy and our business development opportunities in Egypt. It really started first and foremost at the UNGA, where my father, Philip Blumberg, was able to have his third meeting with President Sisi and really continue to develop the relationship with high-level leaders in Egypt on the public sector side. And it was due to those relationships, specifically the relationships of my father, Philip Blumberg, with government ministers, with the president himself, and through the hours and hours of interaction with those individuals that we were able to push this project forward. And the U.S. Egypt Business Council helped develop those relationships, helped advocate for Blumberg Grain throughout the different programs that were sponsored really throughout the duration of this process, really culminating in the mission that occurred in Cairo just a few months ago, and provided opportunities for us to interface with the key leaders in the government to add value to our project and really exemplify what Blumberg Grain intends to do as a company, which is also help develop U.S. Egyptian political ties to the degree we can and through the relationships that we have as a firm. The company, as a holding company, has a very broad investment program. My father, Philip Blumberg, has determined that there is a need for agricultural investment in the MENA region. And we're looking at a program of about $250 million that we're trying to site across different countries, and starting first and foremost with a manufacturing plant and export hub for the region. That's a Blumberg Grain manufacturing plant and export hub that would be the largest food security production facility in the globe. And what we would do within that facility is produce the products, the systems, and the technology that Blumberg Grain really puts on the ground in countries across the globe. So we've been particularly impressed with the ability of the U.S. Chamber to develop ties internationally, and focusing on the relationship that we've developed with Myron Brilliant, we've seen that there are a number of opportunities really all across the globe for the Chamber to assist companies in their business development strategies. And it comes down to the access that this Chamber has specifically, the leadership that look towards the Chamber for guidance, for insight into the country's psyche, and insight into really the trends of business in the United States. And we share in the enthusiasm that really the U.S. and America is open for business abroad.